TECC Talk, where we're going to talk about everything around TECC Limited and all the work we do. Looking at the order book that we have at the moment and the amount of electrical work we've got on, and the fact that we have a spare van at the moment, we're recruiting for another electrician, somebody who holds the test and inspection qualification, 18th edition regs qualification, and ideally somebody with a couple of years of experience, and then we can show them the way that we do things here at TECC. So if anyone does see this and knows of somebody that might be looking for a different opportunity, get them to get in contact. They can give our office a call on 0330 113 1462 or drop their CV over to info@tecc.ltd. Following on from having said it previously, the biggest challenge right now seems to be getting paid after we've done the work. We're a small business, we employ around 25 people now full-time. We go out and do work, we send invoices in to customers, domestic and commercial, in good faith that they'll pay us within our credit terms. We give people 14 days, and then when we start chasing them after 2 weeks after the invoices went in, which is typically when the job's been completed, we then are getting ghosted at the moment and ignored, and we're having to start looking at some options for a number of clients where it's going to go to court. So we're going to have to issue a small claims court against people or businesses, and that adds more costs to it. That has a bit of a negative effect as well, because people get a bit upset when you chase them for money. But the bottom line is, I've got a team of staff that deserve to be paid on time every month, and it seems to be quite a common theme. Speaking to people that I network with that run businesses, it's fairly common now that cash flow is really dragging along slowly, and this is all coming off the back of the higher employment taxes, the national insurance that the government have levied on businesses, business rates going up, so everyone's feeling the pinch and people are holding on to their money for longer, which is quite painful. Solar options, we've got a number of inverter and battery storage options. The Give Energy stuff will be coming out of service because they've actually went insolvent, so we wouldn't recommend that to any customers. But we do have Alpha ESS and Solax, and we also have Fox ESS, which it seems to be one of the more popular ones at the moment. And we can do that via putting solar PV panels on someone's roof and then tying that up with a hybrid inverter and energy storage. But there are a number of people that don't realise if their roof's not quite so suitable for putting solar panels on, you can just opt to have an inverter and a battery, charge the battery cheaply overnight, and then use that to supplement your daytime usage, which can also save you money in the long run if your roof's not suitable. So those are the solar options. Tied in with that also are things like EV chargers, so you can fit those in conjunction with a solar system, and that can also have big impacts on your home energy costs and help lower your overall bill. Yeah, the order book's looking strong. Last week, I think we missed one of our targets by a little bit, but our kind of 3-month average is still there. We exceeded our electrical booking target quite significantly, and we also had last week, I mentioned briefly on the last update, we had quite a decent sized commercial solar job confirmed, and then following that, they then also said, actually we want to get a couple of big 3-phase EV chargers installed as well. Alongside that, some other electrical upgrade work in their building, which has taken the solar job from about a week's work for 4 people to now about 2 weeks work for 4 people, which from our point of view as a small business is a fantastic position to be in, because it's about half the month for the majority of our electrical team booked out on one job for one customer. Having said that, we are currently discussing dates with a local domestic client for quite a large house rewire. The wiring's quite dated, and they've been having some electrical issues with stuff not working and circuits failing. And so it's taken a few months to kind of get to an agreement on how many sockets and switches and what types of lights and things that they want to have. There's also an asbestos report involved as well, so we've got to be careful there. But that job on its own as well is likely to be 2.5 to 3 weeks work for a team of 3, because it's quite a sizable property. So yeah, the order book's looking good at the moment. there's two elements to training for staff. We've got the back-end admin team, office-based people, and then we've got the technical field staff. Within the back end, we are having new SOPs, processes of how we do stuff put together. That's going to be on an ongoing basis over the next 3 to 6 months, and then staff will get retrained on how we do those processes. Some of the systems we use also have like a learning environment in them, so it's kind of like how-to guides built within the software itself. And then for our field staff, we have ongoing CPD training. So that's through the NIC, who are our competent person schemes, our trade body that we're affiliated under. And they have a really good system for videos, questions, and kind of knowledge questions that test, the training that you went through is there. And then to finish it off, you then have the more formal training. So we've actually got 2 of our newer members of staff on the electrical team. Next week we'll be starting a 10-week-long course on EICR, so that's the electrical testing and inspection of wiring in a building. So they'll be doing that at the local college here in Swindon from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock every Tuesday night for 10 weeks, then with their exams at the end. That's how we try to deal with training here, is kind of proactively get in front of it and make sure that people have got stuff in place before it's critical and they need it.